a special place in my heart because I used to play this game. I think this was probably the game I played most on the Game Boy. This was responsible for killing a lot of batteries. Oh yeah, big time. And I don't necessarily, I haven't looked at the speedrun of this or anything. I don't really have, I know people do speedrun this, it's shown up in some races and whatnot, but I'm literally just going to play, I have the timer, I have the estimate set for half an hour. We are just going to play level 1 on random, and we're just going to chill out for half an hour. Or until I die once, and then we'll move on. So I go level 1, a random, and always gotta pick this guy. So yeah. This is Quarth. In Quarth, you solve puzzles by shooting. And sometimes you can solve bigger puzzles. As long as you can fill in every piece of a puzzle, you can combine puzzles like this. There you go. Oh, we got a little power-up. In case I want to use that later, that'll speed up my shot for a little bit. Really, it's just A to shoot, B to use a special ability, down to toggle between special abilities, and up to drag the screen down a bit, which I'm going to do a lot at the beginning, but not so much later on. Yes, Smitty. Yeah, so when we put this together, I mentioned earlier that, you know, like nobody has like a true only top 5 games. You know, you kind of have them split up into genres and whatnot. And I wanted to do one game from a bunch of different consoles, like one each. So I picked one NES game, I picked one Game Boy game, I picked one Super NES game, one PS1, and then a wild card of sorts, which is where the last game on my block will come in. Yeah, this is a ton of fun. It's very relaxing, at least at first. And for me, when it came to Game Boy games, it was between this and Tetris and Daedalian Opus. Not sure if anybody is familiar with Daedalian Opus. It's basically just like, it's another type of puzzler, but it's one of those games where it gives you essentially a series of Tetraminos, for lack of a better word. They're not all Tetraminos, I'm sure, nor were they called that. And then it gave you a bunch of pieces and a box that they all had to fit into together. I opted to go with this one because this one, and as far as I'm aware, doesn't really have an end, or at least it doesn't for the purposes of how I'm playing it. You can also fill in with like little boxes there. I'm going to use this before it gives me the other one so that I get them both, and then you can see my shots a little faster. Oh, they're all pentaminos. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm still dragging the screen down a little bit, but you can see the stage number is now like 1R3. I usually stop dragging entirely once it gets to like R7, but it'll go through all the way up to R9, and then it'll cycle back to 2R0. So you'll see a definitive point where it goes from scrolling a lot on its own to stopping. Practically. Oops. But yeah, so big shouts to Tetris and to Daedalian Opus as well. Don't know why I'm doing that. Oh, sure. Oh no, I did it wrong. I'm not supposed to fill in that part first. You can make stuff like that work, but you can't do it that way. Nincompoop. Anyway. Yes, much love. It was really fun to me going back and thinking about if I wanted to do one game per console from the consoles that I grew up with that were part of my formative years. What would I pick? Like I said, by the time I got around to writing all of them down, I probably had about 25 games, give or take. I'm like, well, I can't play 25 games. It's not our 25-year anniversary. It's our 5-year anniversary. Have to be a little more particular. And as luck would have it, the whole Super Game Boy 2, core. What are you doing? You can extend things to make them as big as you want, but you better be prepared to clean them all up. Yeah, but like this is... I was kind of surprised to see it was the only Game Boy game on the entire schedule. But I think it's more a product of my time. Seeing as how I'm going to turn 40 next year. So, you know, spent a lot of time with the big chunker, the original Game Boy itself. Whether it was playing this and being kind of sort of okay at it, or playing Final Fantasy Legend 2 and being awful at it, and not knowing where to go and not understanding how the fights worked. Because that's the other thing, is that, you know, I spent a good amount of time speedrunning NES games because I sucked at them. And because I couldn't, had the chonk for a while, nice. Because I just, you know, I didn't really hit my stride when it came to completing video games until Super NES. Before that, like, I was just, like, terrible with no patience at every NES game I got anywhere near. And it wasn't until, you know, we got a Super NES when I was 10-ish. Like, I still wasn't all that good at platforming too much. Like, I had my fair share of struggles with Super Mario World, but Super Tennis is another story. I know you did. You always tried to help. Except for Marble Madness. Chestrick did not try to help me with Marble Madness, I don't think. We'd play co-op and he would drag my ass through the levels until I died. Yeah, Murdoch, I did not beat Marble Madness as a kid. I say with a great amount of certainty that the first time I beat Marble Madness was in January of 2017. In the LAN room at AGDQ 2017. Because Ellipsis and Toad had moved one of the CRTs into the LAN room so they could connect up Ellipsis's capture card to one of the PCs in there. Oops, oh, that counts. Cool. Well, I guess I'm using that. So now you can see it's moving at a pretty decent clip here. Like, it hesitates whenever we're clearing blocks, but... I can also freeze it, which is also helpful. If you clear... It stops scrolling long enough to clear whatever combination of things you have set up. Do I want to do this? I do want to do this. Sure. Maybe I'll get a different power-up. Nope, same one. Gotta figure out bigger grids. Okay, now we're at 2 RO. So... Can I... Can we? Why, yes we can. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, question mark. I didn't get that one in any of my practice. I can't put these together because you have to solve both the T and the L. That's awesome. That's awesome that it's a game that you have played that appears. It's always a good feeling. Like, I'm not playing this from any speedrunning perspective. Like, I am a speedrunner, but I've never learned the speedrun for... I'm assuming it's like a score category in this game. And that there are seeds, and that you can learn specific patterns. Whoops. Oh, that's the thing. That's also the frame of mind that I'm coming from, MTI, is that I wouldn't know. If the game ends, I never found out. Yeah, like this was more my speed because it reminded me of like just the marathon Tetris mode where you just basically played until like there was no kill screen or anything per se. It just like go as long as you can. I don't remember if the Game Boy Tetris behaved the same way that NES Tetris does. That doesn't work. Because there was nothing, it wasn't a full box on the left-hand side. I always said, I stand by that true any percent in any speedrun category is how long it takes you to turn off the console, take out the cartridge, and throw it in the trash. That's true any percent for every game. This one I can do. There's no gaps around the edge. There we go. So that will, I believe that stops everything from moving for a little bit. We'll probably need to go through it at some point. Well, I mean, you know, there's certain strategies you can employ. I don't necessarily condone them, Cat, but, you know, you can take it back out. It didn't say anything about breaking the cart. You could take it back out of the trash. You could make sure before you start streaming to put in a fresh trash bag with nothing else in it. I've gotten into 5, like stage 5, and that's around where the half-hour mark kicks in. Wonder if it'll give me something different for that. Oop. Well, we're using that then. Yeah, and the up and down lets me just control, at least for a couple seconds, where I want to go. You know it, although I can't really speak to that, because like the equivalent of that, I'd have to throw the flash cart in the trash. Well, speaking of which, I believe I started a sentence at some point and then got distracted by the game. Silly game distracting me. But, there's... This whole thing works for me because they solved the whole putting the Super Game Boy 2 core onto the SD2 SNES. And I believe they solved it at one point, but then they solved it even better by allowing for a single save state to be used as well. So you can run the Super Game Boy 2 core, and you don't have to like have a separate flash card for Super NES games. Like, when I switch from this to my next game, I'm not going to change carts, I'm not going to change cards. It all just works. I can play Super NES games on here, I can play Game Boy games on here, I can do save states for both. What a world we live in. Yeah. Well, I mean, since this was the only Game Boy game at all, like I'm effectively representing the entirety of the series here. But I'm pretty sure that you mean for the Super NES, the SD2 SNES. Pretty sure that's what you were talking about, not the marathon schedule. So you can see we're in the 7s here, and it wants to move. Whoops. Stop it. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it. But no. I have to remember to use the question mark before this run ends. I have to figure out what it does. I wonder if it's just a random one of the other abilities. The only one that one of the only ones that I haven't picked up yet is my favorite one. There's one that just destroys everything on screen. What are you doing? So because I was so enamored with running my 5th game once we get there, I didn't end up selecting a game. I did for both of them. Buy myself a little time here since we are on 9. I didn't end up selecting a game off of either the Genesis or the Master System. That's not right. This should be the rollover point here. We should end up being on... There we go. And the scroll grinds to a halt. Not a complete halt, because we are up to stage 3, so it's just gonna continue to move at a clip of some kind. Just not the clip that we were just moving at in the 9s. Oh yeah, so I did not include a Genesis game or a Master System game on my list. Which is a shame. I would have loved to have included, like, Super Hang-On or Sonic Spinball. Those are my 2 big shouts for the Genesis. Easily make a top 25 list of mine. That's not where would I be? Oops. That's fine too. Oh, I look forward to that, Cat. Everyone gets a day. Everyone gets to have a day. Thank you for the Habidays. So like I said, this is something that I always loved this game as a kid. As an adult, it's kind of relaxing to just throw up random mode and just see how far you can go. I'm getting like the same size combos over and over again. You just keep getting the just large enough to get the fast shot. Alright, so now the speed is at the point where I should really strongly consider never pressing the up key again. And just let it come to me. Also, at some point I should use the question mark to see what it does. I know I've already said that. Gosh, clear something so it stops, would you? Nope. Nico. Love it. Oh, hey. Accidental big one. Let's see what it does. Looks like it was just a random ability and it just stopped the screen. Yeah, I think all the question mark was one of the abilities that you can get, just randomized. Oh, almost at 100,000 points. Not holding up anymore, because we're in 3-8. We're about to get to 3-9. It's about to get a little dicey up in here. That one will buy me some time. Oops. We use the fast shot now. Now's the time, right? You use it now, and then you spend the slower levels trying to regroup and get more power-ups. Oh, that doesn't work. 'Cause there's a hole there. It's okay. Like I said, you can make your own shapes if you really want to. You make a 5x4, and it appears to give you the fast shot, so doesn't matter how you do it. What does that give me? Oh, fine. I'll burn it real quick. I keep doing just big enough to get the quick shot. It's like I said, I made it to like 5-RO before in half an hour. It looks like I'm a little behind that pace. If I'm already at 27 minutes now, I'm only at 4-1, but... I've also had lots of like little errand shots. Errand shots, not errand shots. I'm not running errands with my shots. Oh, okay. I thought I was going to give you the new thing. It did not. See, it's errand shots like that get you into trouble. Where you shoot fruits? I mean, I'll be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if there was like some mobile game that was like this. Not looking so good for Yells right now. Alright, we survived that onslaught. You can see the screen is really moving forward now. Why would you do that? Okay, we're fine. Monka S. I can only get so much credit for the save when I'm the one who's responsible for it being as close as it was in the first place. But I'll take it. Alright, we are at 30 minutes. Let's see, is there one? Can I try to make like a big honking thing? No, I can't, not with that one. Alright, we'll just do that. Because it's 30 minutes, and my estimate was 30, so we're just going to move on. Because the whole point of that was not to try to do something new and fancy and special. I just wanted to chill out and play 30 minutes of Quarth for you.